For today's exercise, I've got another rhythm guitar study, and this one's got a funky kind of soul feel to it. It's a great workout for your 16th note strumming technique. So let's get into it. I'll just play through the exercise for you to start with. So we're working with some minor sevenths and dominant seventh chords and moving them around in kind of a 2-5 type configuration. I'm going to start with this chord here. This is an E minor 7, playing this up at the 7th fret. I've got the root note here, 7 on the A string, and then we've got 9, 7, 8 and 7. So I'm barring across 5 strings with my first finger, and I'm actually just nudging into the low E string with the tip of my first finger. That's important, particularly when you're playing in this kind of funky strumming style. You don't want any unwanted string noise or open strings ringing out, so it's important you get that muting sorted. Let me take you through the actual strumming pattern then. So it starts like this. So it's a 16th note strumming pattern. So we're feeling the beat 1, 2, 3, 4. So each beat is divided up into 4 subdivisions. Some people like to count that: 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And with this style of rhythm guitar, your strumming hand is going to keep moving all the time. It's just going to be playing those 16th notes, just always moving. And then it's your fretting hand that decides when you hear the chords. You can either squeeze down a chord shape, or you can just release pressure so you've got some muted strum. So the pattern is beginning like this. So we're squeezing down the chord. We've got down, up, and then releasing pressure and a couple of muted strums. So then we're just going to repeat that. So another 4 strums and a pair of muted strums, and then at the end of the pattern we've got so another pair of chord hits on down up and another pair of muted strums. So if I put all of that together, and all of that adds up to a bar's worth of 16th notes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might just like to do that to start with, just on one chord, and just get it flowing, get it feeling good. So the important thing here is just to stay nice and relaxed with your strumming hand. So very loose. For me, the strumming motion, it's a combination of forearm. There's a little bit of wrist in there as well, just staying nice and loose. And trying to stay accurate with this hand as well. As I've already said, you don't want any unwanted string noise or random open strings ringing out. Then we're just going to take this idea round the chord progression. So we're starting on this E minor 7th chord, then we're coming down to this, it's an A7 sus4 going to an A7. So we're now at the 5th fret, barring across all of the strings, and we're starting with this beautiful chord A7 sus4. So it's 5, 7, 5, 7, 5 and 5, and then in the middle of the bar we're actually changing to A7. So just taking the pinky away and replacing it with this note here at the 6th fret on the 3rd string. The strumming pattern is the same, we're just changing chords in the middle of the pattern like this. So we've got 1 E and change. And if we put that together with the E minor 7th chord, we've got this. And that's the basic idea. Then we're just taking it round some more of these kind of 2-5 changes. So we're now going to go to D minor 7, this is the same as E minor 7, 2 frets lower, and then down to G7 sus4 to G7. That's the same chords but at the 3rd fret. So and next I'm doing the same thing but starting up at the 9th fret. So this is an F sharp minor 7 to B. So B7 sus4 to B7, and then back to E minor 7 going to A7. And then at the very end of the chord progression I'm going to B7 at the 7th fret, and then this is also B7 but I'm adding in my little finger at the 10th fret on the 2nd string. So we've got a bar on this version of B7 and adding the little finger, and then you can go around the whole chord progression one more time. So allow me to now put that together with the metronome. I'm going to be getting you to use the metronome with all of these exercises. Just a really useful practice tool. It's really important to get used to practicing with the metronome just to make sure that everything is solid and even. Let me just get this organized. So yeah, 90 BPM. Let's try it at that kind of speed. And remember, we're playing 16th notes at that tempo. So I'm thinking 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, dividing that beat up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Varied the strumming slightly towards the end of the exercise, but that's the basic idea. So give that a try. Start slowly to start with. You might just want to do it on a single chord and see if you can get that grooving and happening. And then once you're feeling confident, you can expand it to all of the other chords in the chord progression. Stay relaxed, lock into that metronome, and I will see you tomorrow for some more technique fun.